Okay, students, let's move to the another class of the string, that is the string buffer. String buffer. Till now, we had discussed about the string class. We had discussed about the string class. In today's class, I am going to discuss with you about the string buffer. String buffer is the class that is also present in the Java.lang package. And now this string buffer is used to create mutable string. The main disadvantage of the string class, we can't able to make any addition within a string. Whenever we try to make any addition within the string, that will allocate the new memory, But with the help of the string buffer, we can able to create a mutable string object. That is the main advantage why we are using the string buffer rather than that of string class. String buffer is basically used to create the mutable string object. Mutable represent where we can able to modify the things. Modifies the things. Where we able to modify the things. Where we can able to make the changes. Where we can able to make the changes. That is the string buffer. As all of you know that a buffer is a temporary storage memory location. Buffer is like the temporary memory location where we store string. That is called the string buffer. Now, this is about the string buffer. The string buffer is basically used to create the mutable string object, or we can say or we can say that we able to modify the string with the help of the string buffer. Similarly, like that of the string class, string buffer also contain constructors. And methods. I'm repeating again. String buffer as that of the string class also can be able to use as a string constructor or can use the various methods. Now let's start with the string constructors, or we can say string buffer constructors or the constructors of buffer class. We can also write like this: constructors which can be used within the string buffer class. First, I have given you the definition of the string buffer. Now I am going to discuss about the various constructors which are available in the string buffer class. There are only 3 constructors which are available in the string buffer class. One is a simple string buffer. Second is a string buffer with one parameter. String buffer with one parameter. Third is string buffer with int capacity. capacity, that is the string capacity. we can able to use the string buffer with help of the string buffer constructor. String buffer constructor with one parameter. String buffer by containing the one parameter, that is the int capacity. These are the methods which can be used, or sorry, these are the constructors which can be used in the string buffer class. Now, as all of you know that the string buffer is the mutable that represent we can able to do the modification at any time, at anywhere. Whereas in the case of strings, whenever we want to make the addition in any string, it will be copied or it will create a new string location. It will create a new memory location. Okay, now let's start with our first string buffer class. Let's start with how we can work with the string buffer class. First, you should know about the syntax. String. As all of you know that the string buffer is the class. So this is the capital letter and this is also the capital letter. This is the class with reference variable, that is any variable. You can write anything which obey the rules of identifier. Now, new string buffer. New string buffer. This is the first step. This is the string buffer. Whenever I want to use the concept of the string buffer within my program, I have to use this line. And this line contains the one basic constructor, that is a string buffer constructor. This is the first thing. Second, if I want to add any string, I can also write like this, same lines, same, and with the right of string buffer, with the string buffer, I can write here like hello. That is the way how we can write the string also. This is the basic. It is a mandatory whenever you want to use the string buffer class. And this is when you want to enter any string within the string buffer, you can write like this. And third string constructor is same. You can take any different variables also. I'm just giving you the syntax. These all are the syntax. How we can write? We have to write the string buffer. We can take any reference variable. Here we will write the new. Again, we will write the string buffer constructor class. And here we specify like int capacity, means that should be it will return the integer value. It will return the integer value. And suppose I want to, this is basically to find out the what is the current capacity of particular buffer. What is the current capacity of the particular buffer? And it is specified like this. We write the, like I want to find out the capacity of this SB. I will write SB dot capacity. Then like this. This is also work as a method. Okay. Or we can say let me take any value. Let me if I write any integer value like 63. If I write any 63 value, that means I am specifying the memory that is occupied by that particular string. That is occupied by that string. By default, the capacity is of the buffer is 16. The capacity is by default is 16. If we not specify any capacity within this range, by default, the memory which is provided, that is a 16. Okay. Means 16 characters can be stored within this, like the 2 bytes of data you can see. Now let's move to the editor and execute the program regarding the various constructors which can be used within our program. Let me erase this program. We are discussing about the string buffer. Str buffer. As all of you know that it is a string buffer class is available in java.lang. So no need to specify any package. Let's start. First, I will write the string buffer class. First, I will write the string buffer, any variable name equal to new string buffer, and here semicolon. In this way, I had created, I am using it. It means that I am using the string buffer within my class. Means I am using the string that can be modified, that is mutable string. This representing I am using the mutable string in my program. Mutable, or we can able to modify the value. Now, this is the way for how I can write the string. Now, suppose if I give the any value like here good morning. If I write here good morning, that representing that I am using the string buffer second constructor which contain the strings. This is the second thing. Now let's run the display system dot out dot println, and within that I'm going to write the sp dot capacity. There is a one method named the capacity to check how much capacity is provided to this particular string, how much memory is provided to this particular string. This is the method which is available to check how much memory or how much, that is how much buffer size is available for this string. Now let's capacity, let's save the code. Our program name is split.java and 2 example. But now note down, I had changed the program name, that is the str buffer. So I have to run with this name, str buffer. There is an error code. I have written the Java word also. Now you can see the answer is 28. Now you can see the answer is 28. The characters are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 12. Yes. The 12. And I have told you that the capacity which is available by default is that 16. 16 plus 12. What is the answer? That you can say answer is 28. And here the answer is 28. In this way, the memory is provided in the buffer. In this way, the memory is provided in the buffer. Suppose I kept it empty. If I kept it empty, if I remove all the things, and let's save the code and run the code again. First, I have to compile the code. Then, now you can see the answer is 16 because I am not providing any particular memory to anyone. So by default, the memory which is provided to the string buffer, that is 16. But if I add something, it will be provided, the answer will be the like number of characters you have added within that. Okay. Okay, suppose I have taken the string that is Java is my favorite language. Java is my favorite language. Okay, ये मैंने लिख दिया. I have written this line. Java is my favorite language. Now, when I compile this code, now you can see what is the answer. What is the answer? 45. What is the answer? 45. Okay. Now let's count it and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 and 16. What is the answer? That is the 45. 45. Okay. Now, if I increase the size, if I increase the more capacity, okay. Now, basically, what happened? There is a formula, the way of converting the value. Every time the old capacity, which is available with us, the old capacity which is available with us into 2 plus 2. That is the way it provide the next memory location. Old capacity and the into 2 plus 2. Suppose I want to append the data, but the location memory which is provided with me, that is less. Automatically compiler will calculate according to this. It will take the old capacity, multiply by that old capacity plus 2. That is the. Now let's take an example here. I will take there is the one. Let me take first simple buffer. Okay, let me take it simple buffer. Now here we can check this capacity, that is 16. Now sp dot append. There is a one method append. As all of you know, means we want to append the data within the buffer, and I want to append the data like hello. I want to append the data like hello. Now, if I write the same line here, now save the code and let's run it. The answer is 1616. The answer is 1616. I am appending the data. Appending means I am inserting the data into this empty string. The string is empty. At starting, I have the memory is provided, that is of 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay, this is 16. Now I have append the data. Append means they're empty, so data will be stored from here. So the capacity is still is 16. Capacity still is 16. Okay. Now, if I write here sp dot append the data, and within this append, if I write here again Java is my favorite language. Java is my favorite language. Okay, now I'm going to again copy this and write here. Now let's save the code and run it. Now you can see the answer is 34. Now the answer is 34. 16 into 2. Answer is 32. Old capacity is 16 into 32 plus 2. 16 into 2 is 32 plus 2, that is 34. Now the memory capacity available is 34. Okay. In this way, we can able to add or modify the contents within the buffer also. That will increase the capacity by the formula, that is old capacity. That is old capacity, old into 2 plus 2 formula. It will automatically double the capacity plus 2 when we append the more data within the same buffer. Now in this case, we had discussed the two methods of the string buffer also. The two methods of the string buffer are, one is that we had discussed, that is capacity, and second we had discussed about the append. There are another various methods which are available. That is first insert. Everyone is aware about the append now. Append, let me append the value. As all of you know, append means we want to append the value at the end of the append hello. Append hello. Hi. Okay, I will write here hi. It means I am currently present with the buffer hi, and within that it will append the data at the end of the hi, that is hello. Let's run the code. Let's run the code. Write like this. Save the code. Let me run the. Now you can see hi that will previously defined. At end of that hi, it will display the hello. It will display the hello. Okay. Now let's move to the second method of the string buffer, that is insert. Second method is insert. Here I will write, let me erase both these lines. Erase this also, and this also. Okay. Let me erase this. Here, take some good content, right? If I write here hello, and here I will write the Java word. That will look more nice. Okay. Now, if I write the insert Java, or if I write here 1 comma Java, 1 comma Java. Let me save the code and compile it. Oh, error, why? Okay. I have taken this one is also into the double quotes. Now save the code again. Now you can see the output is H hello, and at location 1, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. At 0, H is there. At 1, we had added the Java portal word. At the end, we had added the Java, and rest it will display ELLO, hello. In this way, we can able to use the insert method. Okay, students, there is another method that is the replace method. There is another method that is replace. Replace, if I write like here, comma, and if I write here 3. If I write like here 3, let's save the code. This is 1. 1 is E. 1 is E. Okay. 2. 1, 2. And 3 is excluded. This is excluded, you can say. And instead replace EL by Java. Java will be placed in the place of EL as we had specified the 1, 2, 3. If I specified here 4, if I write here 4, then you can see the answer will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 will be excluded. It will be replaced with these 3 terms, and it will be H, Java, O. That will be the answer. In this way, the replace method execute in Java. We take the starting index, and this is the end index, including this end index, and the content we want to replace. This is a string. This is the way how we can replace a particular string. Okay, now next method is delete. How we can delete the content? How we can delete the content? Let's delete the content now. Now, suppose I want to delete some content from this. Let's save it. Let's execute it now. What happened? Delete. sp dot delete. Okay. I no need to, because I don't want to replace. Delete contain only 2 parameters. One is index, second is also index. Okay. The which content I want to delete from specific string, from the given string, or you can see. You can see E and L is deleted. 1 and 2 is deleted. Same as that of the replace. In this way, we can also able to delete the data from the string buffer. All these things can be possible only within the string buffer. We can never able to use these methods with the string class. If I try to write like this, if I try to write like this, it will not execute, as we can't able to add any content or delete any content from the string class. Now you can see there is the error. There is error that is undefined, which is not available in the delete string class. Delete is not, method is not available in the string class. Now let's move to again buffer. Suppose I want to reverse any string. I want to reverse any string. So by writing the reverse, I can able to do this. Directly, I want to reverse the whole string. So I will write here save the code and run the code. You can see now string is reversed. Like if I want to check the string whether the string is palindrome or not, we can able to check with the help of the string buffer class, which contain the reverse method. This reverse method will not present in the string class, but it will be present in the string buffer class. In this way, by using the inbuilt function, we can able to check whether the given string is palindrome or not. Okay. Now,
हम कंपेयर करने के लिए इसमें भी कंपेयर टू फंक्शन होता है,
इसमें कंपेयर टू फंक्शन नहीं,
तो फिर हम कंपेयर कैसे करेंगे?
उसके मेथड्स अलग. Now let's move to the string builder class. As all of you know that there are three classes: one string, second string buffer, and third class and the last class, that is a string builder class. String builder and the string buffer class contain the same number of methods, same number of constructors, same way to execute it. The string builder is also used to create mutable string. It is also used to create the mutable string. It works in the same manner as that of the string buffer. Only the difference is of the syntax. In the case, whenever we create the string buffer, we write the string buffer. Here we will write the string builder. Like SB, new, space, string, builder, and then this. Same way we declare the constructor, same way the constructors are the same. This is one empty constructor and this is the main constructor. Second is the string str, that is another. Third is capacity, which we had discussed in the string buffer. Same constructors are available in the string builder class also. Same methods as string builders are also can be append. We can modify it, we can reverse the string, we can delete the string. Every method which is used in the string buffer class can be used in like insert, that can be used with the help of the string builder class. Append, that can also be used with the help of the string builder class. All the methods which I have discussed till now, replace, that can be also used. All the methods can be used same as that of the string buffer class. Now the main question arises, then what is the difference between the string buffer and the string builder? Where we have to use the string builder and where we have to use the string buffer class? Now the main is, they're a little bit different only the little bit, and that difference is occur in the multi-threading concept, and that difference come into the multi-threading only. Okay, first is, this is a string buffer. This is a string buffer. And this is string builder. Okay. Now, in string case of string buffer, in this case, string buffer is synchronized, that we will discuss in string buffer is synchronized. That is basically the concept of the threading, multi-threading. That is the concept of multi-threading. Means in the case of a string buffer, two threads can't call the method at the same time. Two methods can't able to call at the same time. Means that is a thread safe. The two methods can't be able to call at the same time in the case of the string buffer. But in the case of the string builder, two methods or the two threads can be called. Two methods or the two threads can be called at the same time. This is a string builder, means multi-threading is possible in this case. Multi-threading is not possible in this case. There is a concept of the synchronized that you have read in the OS also. You had read in the OS also. This is the one difference. This is the main difference where we use a string buffer and where we use a string builder. I repeat, string buffer is a synchronized, which means two threads can't call at the same time. We can't able to call the two threads. This is one thread 1 and thread 2. That cannot work at the same time if I'm using the concept of the string buffer. But if I'm using the concept of the string builder, I can able to use the two threads at the same time. Means multiple operations can be done at the same time in the case of the string builder. But the multiple operations can be work at the same time if I'm working with the string buffer class. Multiple operations can't be done in the case of string buffer class. Second is, this is less efficient. This is less efficient and this is more efficient. As all of you know that multiple operations are working at the same time. Multiple operations are performing at the same time. So if the multiple work tasks are performing at the same time, the efficiency will be more. That's why this is the second advantage of string builder over the string buffer. And last, that is string buffer was introduced in Java 1.0. This is the this is standard Java. When string buffer introduced, string buffer is introduced in the Java 1.0, whereas string builder is introduced in the Java 1.5. That representing this is a latest technology over the string buffer. Nowadays, nowadays we are using the string builder over the string buffer or over the string class. This is the difference between the string buffer and the string builder. There is one method which is available in the string class, that is the value of. Value of method. Basically, value of method is used when we want to make the conversion. Suppose if I have taken the int value is equal to 30. Int value is equal to 30. Now, this is an integer value. But I want to convert this integer value into the string. I want to convert this integer value into a string. Then I can able to use the method value of. Suppose there is string S1. Here I will write the string class and dot. String class contains the one method, that is value. Value again in small letters. O is the capital as this is the method. And within this method, I will write this variable name. This variable name. Now, if I write here SOP, SOP means system.out.println. S1 dot plus 10. S1 dot plus 10. Now answer of this will be, so answer is 3, 0, 1, 0. It will concatenate because this is string, and after any string that is also assumed at a string. Now the answer is string. Similarly, value of can be worked with the Boolean also. We can take the Boolean also. We can take the float value also. Like if I take Boolean, bool equal to true. Okay, if I take the string S1, and here I will write the string class dot, or we can say object dot value class, we can say class value of, and the method which bool. Now this bool value will be converted into the S1. In this way, we can also able to convert the Boolean value into the string type. We can able to make the change the floating value into the string type. Any value can be converted into string type with the help of the value of method. Means with the help of the value of method, O capital, we can able to convert different types of data into the string. It will always convert the different types of data into the string type. That is the value of method.